He wore one as a player, and he wore one as a manager.
Part of the uniform.
Yeah, exactly. If you'd like to send us an email, Len and Bob at ComcastSportsNet.com, but keep it clean. Fly to center. Esque with lots of time to get under it.
Would like to continue that argument about that high curveball that was called for strike 2, but thought better of it, just went on back into the dugout.
Well, he'll get his chance, but he better be careful. Now, would you say something then when you go out to catch? Is it a running conversation, or do you just have to drop it?
Well, you're probably better off dropping it, but you know, if you want to get that same pitch for your pitcher, you know, then maybe you try to not necessarily provoke the umpire, but continue the conversation. Well, you know, that thought that breaking ball was high when it crossed the front of the plate. He may have caught it at the top of the strike zone, but it was high when it crossed the front. If you're going to call that, though, we're going to work that area of the plate, too.
Runner goes, got a huge jump. I don't even know why Gio threw it. Actually, it's a good throw, but Michael stole that base off Ted Lilly.
Yeah, he absolutely guessed right. Just took off on first movement. Lilly comes home. The pitch was up and in, and no chance to get Jason Michaels. It was a good throw by Giovanni Soto. That's good to see. Gio had some yips there for a little while. He wasn't getting his feet moving behind the plate, wasn't closing his shoulder. Didn't get much on his throws to second base, but recently he's been snapping that ball down there to second base.
He's worked with Matt Sinatro. I'm sure he'll be real happy with that throw, even though it didn't result in a caught stealing. There's Matty. By Ted, and he stops midway in his motion, but time was called by Adrian Johnson. Not a balk, even though Ted did balk twice in his last start. He pops it up. And Michael Hoffpower will make the catch. Short bench for the Astros. They have an extra pitcher. Only 4 guys available off the bench. Jeff Blum will bat for Burdack. I wouldn't be surprised, Bob, if Blum stays in. The next pitcher comes in for Keppinger. Add a little more versatility with a switch hitter late in the ballgame.
You're probably going to try to get a couple innings out of your relief pitcher anyway, so it would make sense to leave Blum in there and make the double switch.
Astros are going to use a lot of their bullpen again tonight. reached 70 pitches. Has worked one 1-2-3 inning. That was the second. Foul tip, strike 2 on the curve.
Well, it's been a labor for Ted Lilly, but after that first inning when he gave up the 2 runs on the Tejada homer, he's been able to keep him off the board.
Got him. Called strike 3 on the fastball. Inner third. 4th strikeout for Lilly. Cubs lead 4-2 after 4.
Quiet on the set. Take 73. What? Get moving. Bob Rohrman's ball ring the bomba. It's a diddly.
There's only one Bob Rohrman.
I am the strength and you are the breath, and you will grow, become the best, and in your time find blue skies everywhere.
For generations, families have built lasting traditions with the confidence that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois will continue to be there for all the celebrations yet to come.
Find blue skies everywhere.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed in one place and one place only, Golden, Colorado. It's followed one tradition: use the best high country barley and only Rocky Mountain water. And it's been brewed under one motto: never compromise. Now maybe this means we're a little set in our ways, but we know a few guys who'll drink to that. Coors, the banquet beer.
Ted Lilly with a big strikeout pitch against pinch hitter Jeff Blum. Inside part of the plate, down right at the knees, and freezing him for the 3rd and final out. He's had 4 Ks tonight. The last 3 have been of the looking variety. Only given up 1 hit since the first inning. Right-hander Chris Sampson is now on. Last outing was a rough one in Washington a couple of days ago.
Low opponent's batting average, 237 against Sampson. Sinker slider guy, usually keeps everything down. Should see a lot of ground balls if he's on top of his game.
Ramos with a walk and a single, and a slider in there. Good numbers for Ramirez against the sinker baller. He winds and fires outside. Everybody's talking, and rightly so, about Zach Greinke with the Royals. Well, about Brian Bannister? He's 3-0 with a 148 as he beat the Mariners today. Royals 3, Seattle 1. Kansas City's 18-11. Son of former Major League pitcher Floyd Bannister, lefty. And Brian Bannister was a teammate of Mark Pryor's at USC. Keep an eye on him.
Sampson just does not want to make a mistake over the heart of the plate. Pulling that slider off the plate away. Painted the outside corner with a sinker, but everything else has been sliders off the plate away.
3-2 pitch, pounded on the ground foul.
Pudge Rodriguez having some words with home plate umpire Adrian Johnson, not in an argumentative way, just talking with the home plate umpire.
High fly ball out in the center. This is Michaels calling off Pence.
And I think, Glenn, that's one of the aspects. People ask all the time, why are there so many catchers managing in the big leagues? And that's a part of it. You have to understand and know how to work the umpires a little bit. Try to get the pitches for your pitcher. Try to get maybe your strike zone a little smaller. And Pudge has been known to work an umpire or two over the course of his career.
RBI single for Micah in the first. He fouled out to third with the bases loaded in the third. This is a team game. He picked up teammate Ryan Theriot, got picked off in the first, and then he got picked up by Milton Bradley and later Mike Fontenot in the third inning.
It looks like they're just going to stay away from Micah Hoffbauer. First two pitches, sinkers off the outside corner. We mentioned it earlier in the game. Micah's got a beautiful pull swing from the left side of the plate, but he is a little vulnerable to that pitch that's just off of the outside corner. He hasn't consistently learned how to drive that ball to the opposite field. Like the head came off a little bit that time. He was picking the seat out there in the right field bleachers where he was going to hit that one, and came up empty.
Able to hold up. His hometown of Jacksonville, Texas, about 2.5 hours from here. Dad played collegiately at Texas Tech. He has worked a full count, 3-2. Berkman unassisted. 2 outs. Meet the Team have a ball presented by Bank of America. Is next Wednesday, May 13th at 2:30. Collect autographs on an authentic MLB baseball from the 2009 Cubs players and coaches in attendance. Limited tickets are available for $300 each. Proceeds benefit Cubs designated charities. To purchase tickets, call 773-404-CUBS. Bradley looks at a strike. He had an RBI hit in the third inning. That tied the score at 2-2. Fontenot gave the Cubs their second lead with a sac fly, and then Soriano with a home run. Matsui will catch. Sampson goes 1-2-3 in the fifth. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. It's the top of the order for the Astros. 4-2 Cubs.
Performance now is all about logic. That some cars cost as much as $1,500 to maintain is one thing. That others cost even more is quite another. That a BMW costs you nothing to maintain defies all logic whatsoever. And in turn, makes it the most logical choice of all. Performance now is the 3 Series. Now you have more options to get the BMW you've always wanted.
Hey, Cubs fans, are you looking to get tickets to the hottest Cubs games this year? Visit Cubs.com and click on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of Cubs.com. Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the friendly confines with StubHub. There's always a ticket available to a Cubs game. Value never tasted so good. Try Chili's new 10 entrees for under $7 each, like our mouth-watering honey chipotle crispers and melted to perfection quesadillas. 10 perfectly portioned favorites, all under $7. Right now at Chili's.
There is a school like no other school in the world. Avionics in the morning. Training in the afternoon. Computer programming in the evening. And along the way, Leadership 101. And on the day that your studies here draw to an end, and the commander looks you in the eye and salutes you, it will be with the knowledge that he is only the first of many who will do so. There's strong, and there's Army strong. To see strength like no other, go to GoArmy.com.
Mark Shanowski back in our Comcast Sportsnet studio with a Sports Night update. A developing story from Los Angeles. Dodgers slugger Manny Ramirez hit with a 50-game suspension for using a banned substance. Ramirez reportedly tested positive for a female fertility drug that's commonly taken by steroid users to restart the normal production of testosterone once they come off a steroid cycle. Much more on that story tonight on Sports Night. Let's send it back to Len and Bob in Houston.
Kaz Matsui pushes a bunt to first. Hoffpower picks it up, and they avoid what could have been a nasty collision there. Cubs lead 4-2. Kind of an interesting number. The Cubs are 12-7 against teams that are 500 or better, but just 3-5 against losing teams. So not that they've overlooked certain ball clubs, but you'd like to see them take care of business against a team that's well under 500.
Maybe playing to the level of their competition, something that certainly you hope over the course of the season they would play well against everybody regardless of the record of their opponent on a given night. And it looks good here tonight. Ted Lilly, a shaky start to this ball game. We didn't know how long he was going to be in this game, but after that tough bottom half of the first inning, he settled in nicely. That was his 74th pitch in the ball game. And his offense, as you said, has picked each other up tonight. Big home run by Alfonso Soriano, but a lot of timely base hits.
Trying to extend his winning streak against the Astros to 5. He's 4-0 over his last 5 starts. A 4-1 lifetime. Trying to get his 95th major league win. Hoffpower comes over. And he makes the catch. Bob, sad news in the world of baseball. Your former manager of San Francisco, former Phillies skipper Danny Ozark, passed away today at age 85. Led the Phillies to 3 straight Eastern Division titles. They did not get to the World Series, but they had some really good teams back in the mid-70s.
Yeah, he'll really be missed. Danny Ozark was one of those baseball guys. He just looked more at home in a uniform sitting in a dugout than he did anywhere else on this earth, and he will definitely be missed. He was way ahead of his time, Len. I'll tell you, he thought of some creative ways to teach the game. I think I've told the story in the past. I was in a dreadful slump one time, and he had me come to the ballpark early one day and had a shopping cart full of bats sitting at home plate. And he said, I want you to stand in the batter's box and swing as if there's a pitch coming, but I want you to let every bat go and try to throw it right over the mound towards second base. And it seemed like the goofiest thing in the world to me, but, you know, I'm a young kid in the big leagues, and you do what the coach tells you to do. He just felt that I wasn't getting any extension at the point of contact. He wanted me to just throw the bat back up the middle of the field, and he probably did it about 2 dozen times, and it seemed to make a difference. But, you know, when have you ever heard that before? You know, a coach take you out on the field and tell you to throw bats.
Swing and a miss. Berkman strikes out. Soto throws to Hoffpower. And they go down 1-2-3. Good stretch here for Lilly. 6 straight sent down. Still 4-2 Cubs.
Menards can help you make your driveway look like new, from the beginning steps all the way to the finishing coat. Seal Best driveway sealers provide UV protection, are easy to clean, and have no harsh odors. Seal Best 100 is only $8.95. Keep your windshield clean with Purple Power windshield washer fluid. Its superior formula blasts away bugs, dirt, and grime, and leaves a clean, streak-free finish. Just $1.98.
Save big money at Menards.
8 out of 10 men prefer Degree fragrances over a leading Old Spice fragrance. New Degree men's deodorant. Mind-blowing fragrances.
Saturday night, it's Game 5, and the series shifts back to Vancouver for Patrick Sharp and the Blackhawks as they look for a huge win against Roberto Luongo and the Canucks. Coverage starts with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. Blackhawks Canucks Game 5, Saturday night at 9 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Saturday night, it's Game 5, and Patrick Sharp leads the Blackhawks north of the border for a face-off with Roberto Luongo and the Vancouver Canucks. Coverage starts with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live. Blackhawks Canucks Game 5 Saturday night at 9 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Last three in the Cubs order in the sixth. This is a third pitcher for Houston tonight, Chris Sampson. Popped him up. Carlos Lee. We'll talk minor league report here in a few days. Check in on the Cubs minor league affiliates. Jose Escanio off to a very good start as a starter with Iowa. 5 innings yesterday, no walks, 9 strikeouts as Iowa beat Nashville. He has a 1.01 ERA. Been a lot of rain in the Southern League. Tennessee trying to play a doubleheader tonight. They were rained out last night, but Ryan Sandberg's club in first place in the North Division. Andrew Kashner pitched well for Daytona yesterday. 3 scoreless innings. His ERA is at 1. Dan McDaniel pitching tonight against Clearwater. And Peoria's won 3 in a row. I know you're keeping an eye on that game. Josh Harrison, DH, with a 15-game hitting streak.
Hitting .448 over the course of that streak. The Chiefs dropped one tonight, however. They've been playing some good ball.
They lost at the Lansing Lugnuts.
The Lugnuts.
I've been to that ballpark. It's a real nice park in Lansing.
A lot of nice ballparks around the Midwest League, around all of minor league baseball for that matter.
Boise and Mesa will not open shop until June. Keppinger throws out Soto.
And then they just had the kiss cam between innings, where they show some fans in the stands and encourage them to pucker up and give each other a kiss. On this date in baseball history in 2003, this is one of my favorites. They had the kiss cam at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and they showed a gentleman and his girlfriend kissing in the stands. Well, he was wanted for drug and parole violations, and his parole officer was at the game and saw it on the big screen. Take him away. Oh, man. Talk about ruining your afternoon, huh?
That's a good one. One strike on Ted Lilly. For individual health insurance from a name you can trust, call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois at 866-575-BLUE. Struck him out. Sampson's done a nice job keeping his team in it. As we move to the bottom of the 6th, the Cubs lead by a pair.
You need luggage to bring home souvenirs. It's not your bag's fault some airlines charge add-on fees like baggage fees, reservation fees, curbside check-in fees. You shouldn't get surprised at the airport like that. So grab your bag and shop all you want. At Southwest Airlines, we don't spring those annoying hidden fees on you. So that low $49 summer sale fare stays low for the whole flight. Stuff the bag and those stupid fees. Book now at southwest.com.
After the Cubs game, stay tuned for Lowe's Cubs postgame live, extended highlights, press conferences, locker room interviews, and expert analysis with Todd Hollandsworth. Lowe's Cubs postgame live after the game on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best brand.
Millions of people, everyone out for themselves. Can this really be the only way? No. Here's to gallantry and to doing the right thing. Here's to honor, long may it live, and to a code of behavior that sets certain men apart. Here's to us, live with chivalry. Chivas 18-year-old. Please enjoy Chivas responsibly.
$1,000 tax, title, and license. It's got that full leather interior.
See all the ways we're here to help at harrisbankhelps.com.
On Thursday, May 14th, the Cubs host the Padres at Wrigley Field. Game time is 1:20, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 adults 21 and older will receive a Cubs golf towel, compliments of Bud Light.
A bad start for Lilly tonight. He walked the leadoff man on the first and gave up a 2-run homer, and just like that, the Cubs were down 2-1. But that's it to this point. His team able to get the lead back. Carlos Lee high in the air, and Soriano over on the warning track will catch it. Anytime Carlos Lee lifts one to left, you'll hold your breath for a second. Well, one thing Lou was talking about before the game today, Bob, was that put-away inning, and the Cubs offense hasn't really been able to do that consistently this year. And what that does is it has forced the Cubs late to use their main guys, Marmol and Gregg. I mean, last night's a good example. You know, if you get 9-10 runs, you can use Angel Guzman, maybe get Chad Fox in there, Hunter Pence. Another deep drive. Kosuke is going to get to this one. A little bit easier play, but still on the warning track to make the catch. So I think that's one thing Lou would like to see from this offense. When you have somebody down, I mean, really step on the pedal.
Yep, absolutely. That's how the offense can take some of the pressure off the pitching staff, and if your starting pitcher can get you deep in the ball game and hold the other team's offense down, that takes pressure off the offense. It all works together. It all dovetails nicely when things are going well. You know, we've seen tonight, Len, when this ballpark was first opened, a lot of people were concerned that it was going to be too much of a bandbox. But because they made the center field area, right center, left center, and straightaway center so deep, it does give a pitcher some bailout area. And we've seen Hunter Pence hit, I don't know, about 850 feet worth of fly balls tonight, and nothing to show for it out there in center field.
If I recall correctly, Jason Michaels has had a 2-0 count every at bat. Now 2-1. Last guy to get on was Michaels, who walked a couple of innings ago. Dontrelle Willis is coming back to the majors. Put on the DL just before the season with anxiety disorder, and Jim Leland says that he's going to pitch next Wednesday in Minnesota. He pitched last night in a rehab start and went into the 8th inning. first year with Detroit, battling knee problems, control issues. Tigers are getting pounded by the White Sox 6-0 in the bottom of the 8th tonight. Brzezinski and Nix with home runs for the Sox. Milton Bradley makes the catch, and Ted Lilly starting to cruise as we get into the 7th. 4-2.
When a major hospital wanted to add on to their benefits package at no direct cost to the company, their very first word was... Find out more at AflacForBusiness.com.
Value never tasted so good. Try Chili's new 10 entrees for under $7 each, like our mouth-watering honey chipotle crispers and melted to perfection quesadillas. 10 perfectly portioned favorites, all under $7. Right now at Chili's.
Hey, Mom, I need some minutes.
I just gave you some at the restaurant.
Yeah, no, I threw them out. They were old.
Old? They're rollover minutes. They are as good as new. You know, not everyone gets to keep their unused minutes. And these days, we can't afford to be wasteful. Saving minutes.
Saves money. Yeah.
Only AT&T's Family Talk with Rollover saves your family's unused minutes. And saving minutes saves money. This Mother's Day, buy Mom a Samsung Propel after mail-in rebate and get one free after mail-in rebate.
When it comes to confidence, you got to believe in yourself and your team. And you don't ever, ever let anything get in your way.
Your local Chevy dealers are building confidence with Chevy's Payment Protection Plan. Payment protection for up to 9 months if you lose your job. We've got you covered.
And remember, don't let anything get in your way.
See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers today. We're building confidence, one customer at a time.
Tomorrow, Southern hospitality goes out the window as Carlos Quentin and the Sox duke it out against Josh Hamilton and the Texas Rangers, followed by U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live. White Sox Rangers in HD tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Saturday, Aramis Ramirez and the Cubs are in Milwaukee for a matchup with Prince Fielder and the rival Brewers at Miller Park. Coverage begins with BMW Cubs pregame live. Cubs and Brewers Saturday night, 5:30, right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Ryan Dempster and Giovanni Gallardo, which should be an excellent pitching matchup. Randy Wells and Dave Bush tomorrow. Sean Marshall, Jeff Suppan on Sunday. Kind of interesting as Soriano leads off the Cubs 7th. Randy Wells had the opportunity to fly ahead of the team for his start tomorrow in for Carlos Zambrano. And Randy said, I've been in the Pacific Coast League. I'm going to be on that charter. He'll get his 8 hours of sleep, go grab some lunch, and head out to the yard tomorrow. Soriano flies out to Pence. They always try to speculate if the starter's in or out. He's only thrown 88 pitches through 6.
Heilman continues to throw in the Cubs bullpen. Yeah, Ted Lilly showed me something tonight, Len. After that first inning, it didn't look like he was going to get into the second inning, but managed to right the ship. Start making his pitches. Did a very good job. 6 strong innings tonight. Finished really strong, if indeed he's done. See, an outing like that by Ted Lilly will go a long way in future outings. If he happens to get off to a slow start again, Lou might be a little more likely to give him a little more rope because he's done it tonight. He's shown the ability to find it, get back into a good rhythm, get back into the strike zone, and keep his team in a ball game.
That's a good point. I think he'll get an extra day before his next start because of the off day Monday. Lou might have decided to back him off a little tonight after he went 8 innings in his last start. He only threw 104 pitches in that last start. We're only a month in. Ground ball right at Tejada.
Time for tonight's Coors Light Freeze Cam. I really like this one, Len. We had a chance to peek at it between innings. That great running catch Yokosuke Fukudome made out in center field against Hunter Pence. He's looking back over his left shoulder, then he squared up, and then he reaches back to his left to finally make the catch. That's one of those situations where he was just running to the spot where he thought the ball was going to come down. He got in the vicinity, but had to make that little bit of an adjustment at the very end to make the play. And we both said we would probably have fallen on our fannies out there on the warning track spinning around like that.
Well, he made that adjustment look effortless, but yeah, try to run on a dead sprint and then do what he did. See if you can stay on your feet.
And track and catch a baseball at the same time.
Yeah, don't move your head. That's the only good thing for Cecil Cooper with his team going out 1-2-3, 1-2-3 is he's been able to keep Sampson in there, and he's throwing strikes. Hopper to Matsui, short toss, and he'll get up and stretch as we go to the bottom of the seventh, with the Cubs leading the Astros 4-2.
Precision handling, high performance braking, smooth and comfortable ride. Hand-cooked tires.
If you don't let my daughter go now, I will find you and I will kill you.
Good luck.
Where is she?
Be the first to get taken Tuesday.
I told you I would find you.
What's your Cialis moment?
When she gives me that look.
When at last we're alone.
When we both
decide.
Today, guys with erectile dysfunction can be ready with another dosing option from Cialis. Cialis for daily use is a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. So relax and take your time.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injuries, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
Today, you have options. Cialis for daily use or 36-hour Cialis. Ask your doctor if Cialis is right for you, so when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Precision handling, high performance braking, smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road, hand-cooked tires.
Lou Pinella's favorite restaurant is Harry Carey's Italian Steakhouse. Go where Lou goes for Chicago's best steaks. In Chicago, Rosemont, or Lombard. Call 773-HOLY-COW or visit harrycareys.com for reservations. Racing deep in the heart of Texas after the seventh inning stretch here in Houston. Right-hander Aaron Heilman will make his 14th appearance. So the plan tonight looks like Heilman, Marmol, Gregg, or Heilman, Cubs score 9. Get somebody some work.
Yeah. I'm sure that would be much more preferable to Lou, just so he could see his bats flailing away up there, scoring some runs, driving the ball around this ballpark. But right now, it's up to Aaron Heilman to put the collar on this Astros offense. Did a real nice job last time out. Struck out all 3 batters he faced in a 6-1 victory last Saturday over the Marlins.
They wouldn't mind putting up a 12 spot like the Red Sox did in the 6th. They beat Cleveland 13-3 behind Tim Wakefield, who's 4-1. Jason Bay with a big homer is 8. Phillies came back late, but still lost at New York 7-5. All the Mets runs were in the first 3 innings. Pulled foul by Rodriguez. A lot of home runs in that one. Howard and Worth for the Phillies. Beltran right. Reyes for the Mets. Mike Pelfrey improved to 4-0 in spite of an ERA of 5.5. He beat Jamie Moyer. Moyer really struggling. Strikeout to begin the bottom of the 7th. Plan your next corporate function or family gathering in the comfort of the Wrigley Field Mezzanine Suites presented by New Bean Investments. Suites are available now for games during the season. Be sure to ask about the April and May incentives. To book your suite or for more info, visit Cubs.com/suites or call 773-404-CUBS. To Keppinger. First 2 have been up. You see Soto telling Aaron keep it down. Mike Owings beat Braden Looper tonight. 6-5 Reds over the Brewers. So Milwaukee gets ready to fly home. Split that series. And a chance for the Cubs to jump ahead of the Brewers and into second in the division. Oh, nice play by Aramis. Little double clutch, but a bad throw. And Keppinger will end up at second. Aramis with a terrific play just to snag that ball, but then the throw got away from Hoffpower.
That's too bad. He made a great backhanded play on that smash down the third base line. Just can't find the handle on it. Once he reaches into that glove, then he had to rush his throw across the diamond. Got away from Micah Hoffpower.
So an error charge to Aramis, his first of the year. And Michael Bourne will bat for Chris Sampson. Corner man in, guarding against the bunt, but he wouldn't be bunting as a sacrifice, but rather to get on base. There's 1 out in the inning.
Should be a big part of his arsenal. I think Cecil Cooper would like to see Michael Bourne bunt more often. He can really fly down that line.
First time he's pinch hit on the season. Most of his action has been as a starter. Outside 2-0. Back to the top after Bourne and Kaz Matsui. Good bounce back outing for Chris Sampson. He retired all 9 he faced in his 3 relief innings. He threw just 33 pitches too. 2-1. Bourne was late. Good hop on that fastball. 2-2.
Well, you asked me last night if I had ever considered going to the plate with my catcher's gear on, and I started to tell a story about one of my first games in the big leagues when I did go into the on-deck circle with my shin guards on, and then we were rudely interrupted by the game. Well, some people wanted to know how the story ended. It wasn't really that interesting. I was out in the on-deck circle, and Doug Harvey, one of the best umpires to ever put on the blue, was working the plate that day, and he came walking over toward the on-deck circle and said, "Young man, you're not in the minor leagues anymore. You're going to have to take those shin guards off. It's in the rule book. Besides, you look like a fool."
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We hear so much about Aaron Heilman's changeup. He has a really good fastball.
Yeah, surprisingly good fastball. Not only does he have good velocity in the mid-90s, but gets that tailing action. It's not really a sinker. He told us he throws four-seamers, but it's a lot of tailing action on that pitch that will be into a right-hander, away from a left-hander.
Keppinger at second because of an error by Ramirez. Matsui batting. 4-2 Cubs in the 7th. Pitch in there, 1-1. Happy 61st birthday to our good friend Melvin Gunn. Works security at Wrigley Field. We believe he's 61.
No,
I'm not buying it. Shout out to Joe Kwasny, our good friend who one time worked at Wrigley as well. One hopper, and it's Terrio to throw out Matsui. An error, but no runs. 4-2 Cubs to the 8th.
Here's to the power of doing. Doing more with your hands, your shovel, and your budget. We've lowered over 1,000 prices so you can pay less and do more. We're bringing you locally selected plants and the beauty of spring. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get Mom the colors of spring with great hanging baskets and container plants at our everyday low prices.
Here's an all-around great deal from Firestone. Buy 4 of these, get $50 toward any of these. Just buy a set of select Firestone tires and get a gift card by mail to the Home Depot worth $50 for a limited time only at your Firestone retailer.
How'd you get her to agree to this?
Simple. I told her about the Luna Double. I went to luna.com/Cubs and saved double.
It's like found money.
773-202 Luna.
If you've never been to Wrigley Field or been 1,000 times, a guided tour of the friendly confines has something for everyone. Each tour includes visits to places like the press box, clubhouses, dugouts, and much more. Tours are available on select dates throughout the season. Tickets are $25, and a portion of the proceeds benefit Cubs designated charities. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Wesley Wright has now worked in the entire series. That's 2 games.
Iron Man.
Cubs trying to play tack on, and they're happy to get Chris Sampson out of there. He didn't give up a base runner in his 3 innings. They've scored once off their pen after Ortiz was charged with 3 runs and just 2 1/3 in a starting role. 0-2. There's Marmol in the pen for the bottom of the 8th. And he'll have to face Tejada, Berkman, and Lee. Felipe Paulino getting loose for Houston. Bouncer toward the hole. Tejada safe. Ramirez beat it out. That's a hit.
Ramirez going hard down that first baseline. He's seen enough of those highlight reel plays from Miguel Tejada to know that he can get into that hole and he can make that off-balance throw across the diamond. So Ramirez legging it out down that first baseline for an infield hit. The Nationals and Dodgers just getting underway out in Los Angeles. Juan Pierre playing left field, batting ninth. Randy Wolf, the pitcher, hitting in the 8th spot.
Yeah, that's something Joe Torre has done a little bit this year. And continue to do it now that Manny's out for the next 50. Ryan Zimmerman goes into that game with a 24-game hitting streak. Driven out in the left center. This is slicing away from Michaels, and he won't catch it. It bounced up and I think stayed in play. Yeah, it did. Didn't matter. Ended up being a double. Second and third, no outs.
Good sign for Micah Hoffbauer. Talked earlier in the ball game about driving the ball to the opposite field, and against the left-hander Wesley Wright, he stays on that slider and finds the gap in left center field. And this is one of those innings you were talking about, Len, an opportunity to maybe put a crooked number on the board and use the bullpen a little differently for the last couple innings of this game. Milton Bradley, Mike Fontenot, Giovanni Soto, it's going to be up to them.
The Astros will bring the infield in. Second and third, nobody out. Ball one. Milton with the RBI single in the third, the first RBI that hasn't come via the home run for him. The kick to 1-1, not the kind of swing he wanted to take. It was awkward looking, 1-2.
Hard slider from Wesley Wright at 88 miles an hour. And that apparently disguised the rotation very well. And an awkward swing from Milton that time.
Here's the next one inside. Strike three.
Rough at bat for Milton Bradley. Well, we talked earlier about how Ramos Ramirez came back from his short time out of the lineup with the strained calf muscle and picked up right where he left off, swinging the bat. Milton Bradley has just had a hard time getting on track this season. Had such a good spring training, but it has not carried over to the regular season.
That at bat, he kind of looked like he was in between. He had that swing at the slider that was almost a checked swing. Took a fastball for strike three.
When you're in one of those slumps, it feels like it's never going to end. But the reality is it might be one at bat where you square one up, you get a good pitch to hit, you see it well, you hit it hard, get that feeling back, get your strike zone back, and then you just start rolling.
Now with the hope that the Cubs can add on, Guzman is up along with Marmol. 0-2. Good block by Rodriguez.
Kind of funny when the circumstances were almost reversed last night. Guzman was up in the bullpen, was going to come in and get an inning of work, and Lance Berkman hit the 2-run homer, and suddenly Carlos Marmol jumped up, got ready in a hurry, and he was the guy to come into the ball game. If the Cubs can tack on these 2 runs here, I would assume we'll see Guzman tonight instead of Marmol.
Lou would like to get Chad Fox into the mix at some point as well. Called strike 3. Slider. And all of a sudden, Wright getting close to getting out of it.
Tough to tell from up here. I mean, it doesn't appear to be anything unusual about Wesley Wright's delivery or his stuff. He's got a good slider. He's got a sneaky, quick fastball, but a couple of Cubs hitters now gone down looking.
He is not going to get a chance, it appears, to face a right-handed swinging Giovanni Soto. And Paulino warming up. 4-2 Cubs. They are batting in the 8th. We'll be back.
Morning, Mike.
Morning, Bill. Morning.
Morning.
I think I might need some better brakes.
You need our Midas Secure Stop brake service. Exceptional stopping power combined with a 55-point brake inspection.
Trust the Midas touch.
Your brake pads, one of those parts you really can't afford to ignore. Right now, Midas is offering up to $50 off brake pads or shoes installed. That's brake pads or shoes up to $50 off. Midas, we're on this road together.
Millions of people, everyone out for themselves. Can this really be the only way? No. Here's to gallantry and to doing the right thing. Here's to honor, long may it live, and to a code of behavior that sets certain men apart. Here's to us. Live with chivalry. Chivas 18-year-old. Please enjoy Chivas responsibly.
Right-hander Felipe Paulino with his 6th appearance. And he'll face Giovanni Soto. Wesley Wright gave up an infield hit and a double. Cubs were in business, but then he struck out Bradley and Fontenot. Again, these are big runs to get. The Astros have 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the bottom of the inning. The most transparent decoy in the history of baseball on deck. Aaron Heilman.
You don't think he's got a chance to hit?
No. Even if Soto hits a 3-run homer, I don't think he has a chance to hit. But he looks good in the on-deck circle. Looking hitterish. Brand new helmet. Pop up. Down along the line. Now into foul ground. It's Berkman. Nobody catches it. Oh, Berkman heard somebody call him off, and it dropped behind him right in front of Matsui. There were 3 Astros there. And it's a no play. That's the team error right there that we all would love to see, but doesn't exist. I mean, Paulino made his pitch. He should be out of the inning. Somebody has to catch it. Let's see if Soto can take advantage.
Make it hurt. That's that pop-up priority we talk about. The first baseman goes after it until he hears the second baseman call him off. The second baseman chases till he hears the right fielder call him off. Obviously some miscommunication there.
But he struck him out. Boy, all 3 strikeouts of the looking variety. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite the Cubs. It's still 4-2.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
9, please.